Alrighty then. Successful Indie Author 5 Minute Focus, episode 1163. And you can see I'm not in my usual digs. I'm at Brother's house in Illinois. And after 40 hours of traveling yesterday, yes, I fell asleep instantly in the car multiple times during a short drive to watch a middle grade football game where my great nephew did a great job playing. Anyway, here we are. Episode 1163, Making a Difference. This is what we do in our lives. Do we make a good difference? Do we make a bad difference? Parents have a tendency and the opportunity to make the most difference because they're influencing a future generation directly, right under their own roof. But us, as authors, we have an opportunity to make a difference too. Because through our books, through our influence of our writings, even if it's subtle, you're not beating people with a political drum or a message or anything. The more you preach, the more you get on a soapbox, the more you're going to lose readers. And we never want to lose a reader. We know that is sacrosanct. Once we get a reader, we want to keep them on board, embrace them, hug them, call them George, everything that's important to keeping that reader for the next book. Because that's selling this book is great, but you know what? If you sell that next book too, you win, especially as an author, a professional author who sells their stories in order to live, to survive. So making a difference. Our egos require a certain amount of stroking, no matter how much we say we don't. Me, I spent a career in the Marine Corps as an intelligence officer, which means I got no credit, public credit anywhere for anything. And even private credit was limited. And that grated a bit, but the greater good. We're thinking of the greater good. Yes, that's all great and it's good, but it's not the greater good because once you get out, once you retire, everybody forgets you ever existed. So here I went to law school. Now I'm an author. And I get the opportunity through 5 Minute Focus, through Successful Indie Author, to make a difference in people's lives. And that, I have to say, is probably the most rewarding thing that I can do because their careers. This is a career. This is a life-changing opportunity. And no, I'm not selling anything right now. Oh my God. Hey, look at this life-saving. This is not clickbait. This is about you and your life. Now, I want to be a successful author. Sure, everybody says that. But it requires a lot of work. Are you willing to put in the work to make the difference? Not just your life, but in the lives of people who read your books. Even if they might be different genre. You say, well, this is a dark romance, psych thriller. I want to get people's blood pumping, get them thinking. Those you can still deliver a message to the reader that's good, that's healthy, that will enrich their lives. Even the story that just takes them away from something that's bad in their lives for a little while, or they can think that my life's not that bad because hey, look at this, my life's pretty good. And that's what we want people to take away when they read our book. Feel good about themselves, feel excited, energized, enervated, and then look forward to that next book. This is how you build a career as a professional author. So making a difference. One thing that I have a real hard time with is influencer culture, where I see the majority of youth today want to be a YouTuber or a TikTok influencer. Oh my God. I can think of nothing that is, I hate to say it, for you influencers out there, sorry, don't listen, turn this off. There's nothing more worthless to society than an influencer who actually does nothing. Now, if you're an influencer who has built a successful investment career, who is giving people how to balance your checkbook advice and stuff like that, that guy's out there and he's great and he's got millions of followers, as he should, because he's giving advice that can change their lives. If you're just saying, hey, look at what you need to wear today to be the go-to person in your high school, oh my God. People still want that, but man, how about you tell people how to sell 1 million books? Well, I'm not sure exactly how to do that. How did I do it? I wrote books that people wanted to read, and then they wanted to read the next book too. That's the win. And then helping those people without expecting remuneration, but just saying, hey, remember who I was. Don't forget me when you move on and become somebody important. And this is influencer culture. A lot of it, I say I have a face for radio, so that's why I'm here. That's why the background's blurred out. But the influencer culture, physical attributes will wither and go away. But what you've done for people and how you've made them feel, that won't change. That's something that will live on. And this, you can't do anything better in your life than that. Help somebody improve their life and feel good about themselves and then what they're doing for other people. Even if that what I'm doing for other people is I'm selling you a book, yes, I get enriched. However, so do you intellectually. And whether that's 100 people who bought your book or 10,000 people, are they going to be enriched? And so back to when writing, craft is so important. You have to write a good book. You have to write a good book in a great way. You have to write a great book, and you can. The opportunity is out there. There's no reason to write a bad book, except that you don't know. So you have to write that bad book so you can get better. That's your stake, and from that is where you deviate. When you're gone, your books will live on, and your books are that's the part of your soul that you're sharing with your readers and with other people. That's where you can influence the most. So making a difference in people's lives, write a great story, deliver a subtle message. Don't get up on a soapbox and beat them with a stick and a whip. Just deliver that subtle message, and that is going to make the most change. And then share a message. Say like, hey, here's what I did and here's how it worked. Maybe that might work for you, because you know what? There are a lot more readers than there are writers. And there's a lot more people who can read than the material we can write. Even though I've written a lot, I've got 8-9 million published words, and that's still not enough for some people. And all of those, not all of that is for everybody. So we try to find, hey, if you like this kind of story, here, maybe read these. I've got 4 books that you might like. Quantity has a quality all its own. However, that quality is what brings them back for the next book, and that's where you make a career. And when they're looking forward to that next book, they're thinking about the last one, and that's where you're influencing. That's where you're making a difference for them in the time that they took to read it, which is making a difference in their lives because it lets them escape from whatever's going on in their day to day. And then moving forward, it helps you because, hey, I got that pre-order locked in, looking forward to deliver it. Here's a new story with a new message hidden in there and all that good stuff that we do as authors that people might not even realize. All right. Make a difference in somebody's life today. All right. By doing a little better for yourself, doing a little better for them. Peace, fellow humans.